Hello and welcome to Mailtrap videos, where we explore the world of emails. Today we'll show you how to verify email in PHP by writing two simple scripts and a quick trick for checking the result of the verification process. PHP allows devs to complete two important email-related tasks, validation and verification. But before we jump into writing the code for both, we should note that email validation and verification are two related yet different processes. Validation is all about checking if the email address is in the correct format, while verification goes a step further by making sure the email address actually exists and can receive emails. Now, down to business. For the process of email validation, we'll write a simple script consisting of just a few lines of code. In the script, we'll first assign an email address we want to validate to a variable called email. For demonstration purposes, the address we used will be user@example.com. Next, we'll use the explode function to split the email into the user and the domain. To check if the email is correctly formatted, we'll use the filter_var function and pass it the built-in PHP filter called filter_validate_email. And to check if the domain part of the email has mail exchange records, also known as MX records, we'll use the getMXRR function. As parameters, this function accepts a domain name and an array to be filled with the host names of the MX servers servicing the domain. Once our script has the code necessary to validate the format and check for MX records, it's time to understand what happens based on the results of these checks. To handle two different scenarios, the script uses an if statement. In the scenario when the email format is correct and MX records are found, the message valid email address with a valid mail server is printed. However, if the email format is incorrect or no MX records are found, the script will execute the else block and print the message invalid email address or no valid mail server found. Let's run the script to see everything in action. To do this, type in the PHP command, followed by the name of your PHP script. Since we got a positive message as the output, we can confidently say that the email address we entered at the start of the script is not only correctly formatted, but also has a valid and reachable mail server. Now, let's see how the script behaves in the opposite scenario by feeding it an invalid email address and then rerunning it. The message we got this time around was negative, attesting to the invalidity of the email address and the proper functioning of our script. Cool, right? Having ticked off email validation, it's time we unlock the next level, email verification. For this part of the tutorial, we'll focus on generating a verification code and sending it via email using PHP Mailer. But before we proceed, it's a good time to remind you to subscribe to our channel for more insightful tutorials like this one. As the first step of our email verification journey, we'll set up our environment. To do so, at the beginning of the script, we'll write a line that adds the composer autoloader. This autoloader is a powerful tool that automatically loads PHP classes without the need for manual include or require statements. Next, we'll write the use statement to include the PHP mailer, SMTP, and exception classes. With the environment and PHP mailer properly set up, we'll proceed to write a function that generates our verification code. This function accepts one parameter, which determines the length of the verification code, and has a body consisting of just 6 lines of code. In the first line, we'll define a string of characters that our code can use. Then we'll define an empty string, which will later be assigned a set of random characters from our characters variable. Next comes a for loop. This loop appends a random character from the characters variable to the variable code for each iteration. Once the loop finishes, the function ends by returning the code variable. After generating a verification code, the next logical step is to write a function that would send it. The PHP function that enables us to do so accepts two parameters, the recipient's email address and a verification code, and completes a few tasks. First, it creates a new instance of PHP Mailer and enables exceptions. Then it configures PHP Mailer to send an email using an SMTP server, in this case the one provided by Gmail. To set the email address and name that will appear as the sender as well as add the recipient's email address, we'll call the setFrom and addAddress function and pass the appropriate parameters. After that, the only thing left to do is specify the format of the email and set its subject and body before calling the function, which will attempt to send the verification email. If an attempt is successful, the function will return the boolean true, or if any exception occurs, the catch block will handle it and return boolean false. With both functions complete, it's time to use them together. For that, we'll first need to define a recipient and generate the verification code by calling the generateVerificationCode function. Then we'll use an if statement in combination with the sendVerificationEmail function, which accepts the recipient's email and the verification code as parameters. At the end of our script, we'll add lines of code that will inform the user if the email was sent successfully or not. That way, even if you can't peek into the recipient inbox yourself, you can know if the email has been delivered or if any sort of issue occurred. Now let's run the script and see if our code works as intended. As you can see, we received a success message and thus can proceed to check the inbox of the specified recipient for the verification email. And there it is, the result of a simple yet effective email verification system we coded in PHP. Look at that! With just a few lines of code, we added an extra layer of security to our application. For more content on email validation and verification in various languages and frameworks, check out our other videos. The links are waiting for you in the description. We hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by Mailtrap, an email delivery platform to test, send, and control your email infrastructure all in one place. Like and share this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to see more tutorials like this one. Don't forget to check out our other videos for more useful content on email deliverability. See you in our next one.